speaking is defined as the work of meaningful language, verbal and non-verbal. Communication skills are not something that acquired naturally, but everyone should strive to develop themselves in the field of public speaking. But before we have to give a speech, the first thing that we should to do is we have to select the topic and the purpose before we present to the audience. The importance of the title to be conveyed to the audience is to give the information and to create awareness audience about what we convey. We also need to choose a topic that we know a lot about or a topic that we want to know more about. Brainstorming, determining general purpose and determining the specific purpose.
Now, let's start with selecting a topic and a process. In preparing for a successful speech, knowing how to select a subject is an important first step. You may be given a particular topic or you may simply be invited to give a talk where the topic is up to you. So, in making your speech successful, there are two broad categories of potential topics that we can use in public speaking. Firstly, topic that you know a lot about. Most people talk less about the subject they are most familiar with. When thinking about a topic, we can apply our own knowledge and experience. We can write down everything that interests to us. So, these are some key points on how to search for a speech topic. Firstly, skim headlines in newspaper for current events. Next, check television schedules for interesting news program and documentaries. After that, surf the internet. Last but not least, make an inventory of your own interests, experience, and classes you have taken. Another category of potential topics is topic that you want to know more about. Instead of choosing the topic that you have already know a lot, you can also decide to choose a topic which you already have knowledge or expertise but cannot complete a speech without doing additional research. This way can make your speech a learning experience for yourself and for your audience. Or you may also choose the topic you want to explore for the first time. Next, brainstorming for topics. Brainstorming is a method of generating ideas by free association of words and thoughts. Brainstorming is one of the best ways to help strengthen the subject of your speech. These are several procedures to get started. Firstly, personal inventory. Personal inventory is the first procedure to get started by make a quick inventory of your experience, skills, hobbies, belief, achievements, and so on. Other than that is clustering. Clustering is also known as mind mapping. Lastly, it is internet search. Internet research is used if an individual stops or lacks ideas when doing clustering methods. After you have brainstormed your many ideas, it is time to refine your thoughts and distill them into one topic. Now, let's move on with determining general purpose. This is the purpose of a broad speech. You need to determine the general purpose of your speech along with choosing a subject. However, the general purpose must be to determine exactly what you expect to achieve in your speech. In order to adjust your focus before you start researching your subject, determine the general and specific purpose as well as the main idea of your speech. Usually, the general purpose of speech is to entertain, inform, or reassure. Particular purpose explains what the speaker wants to achieve, and the essence of your message is the main idea.
So, I will explain about the determining specific purpose. In the selection of general purpose, the speaker must determine the choice made to determine the specific purpose when giving a speech. In the Lucas book, state 5 the specific purpose statement should be held. First, be a full infinitive phrase. Second, be worded as a statement, not a question. Third, avoid vulgarities language. 4. Concentrate on one distinct idea. And lastly, not be vague or general. The specific purpose outlined here is a brief statement that can be seen from the audience response. Through this response, the audience can believe and understand through the speech given by the speaker. Next, we move to the central idea. What is the meaning of the central idea? A central idea is a one-sentence phrase that sums up a speech key thought or summarizes the main idea of the speech. The main idea usually include the key points that will be developed in the body of your speech. This is to clearly state, reveal the main points to understand the topic.
To gain a better understanding of public speaking, especially in selected topic and purpose, we agreed to interview Dr. Ahmad Abdul Malik, the lecturer of Faculty Leadership and Management in USIM. We have prepared and asked some questions for him to answer. First, the goal of topic and purpose selection. According to Dr. Malik, the goal of topic and purpose selection must highlight the main idea of what paragraph about and must present an idea that will unify the rest of paragraph. It is important because it can assist speaker to organize speech in proper way and deliver in relevance. If the topic will not well selected, speaker will be easily become confused and not be able to arrange statement properly. He also states there are a few methods in select topic and purpose which are be consider your objective, audience, interest and knowledge. Don't give heavy or difficult topic for your audience. Look at their level and ability. He also shared his opinion about how to develop speech based on brainstorming for speech topic. First, write on the paper what topic should my speech about. Then, under the question, write down what comes to our mind based on experience, interest, skills, hobbies, belief, and using clustering for leave the first topic. It will help us to formulate a good brainstorming in preparing our speech. Next, we asked Dr. Malik about general purpose. According to Dr. Malik, determining the general purpose is early step in speech preparation. It can indicate precisely what our speech seeks to achieve and helps to keep the attention of audience.
Next, we asked Dr. Malik about tips of formulating specific purpose. Firstly, write the purpose statement as a full infinitive phrase, not as a fragment. Second, express our purpose as a statement, not as a question. Then, we must avoid figurative language in our purpose statement. After that, we need to limit our purpose statement to one distinct idea. Lastly, the tips are to make sure our specific purpose is not too vague or general. Finally, based on our interview with Dr. Malik, we also asked about what are guidelines for effective central idea. There are 3 guidelines for an effective central idea. They are: first, should be expressed in a full sentence. Second, should not be in a form of a question. And the third, should avoid figurative language.
Critical argument is a vital section that need to be included in this research paper. In this part, the theoretical part of selecting a topic and purpose is compared with the views from practitioners' view. Authors of The Art of Public Speaking, Lucas had explained the subtopic of selecting a topic and a purpose in his book. He described the definition of selecting a topic is a plan to talk about as we begin to prepare for any speech. Our interviewer, Dr. Ahmad Abdul Malik, explained the importance of topic selection and purpose, which is assist speaker to organize speech in proper way. He also shared a cut of verse of the Holy Quran from Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 70. The verse means that the topic and objective of the speech must be delivered shortly and clearly. The interviewer's view is coinciding with the theory we have learned. The action of selecting a topic and purpose are important for the public speaker before they start to deliver the speech. According to Lucas, brainstorming is a method of generating ideas by free association of words and thought. Brainstorming is one of the best ways to help strengthen the subject of our speech. Dr. Ahmad Abdul Malik agrees that brainstorming is important to give some information on experience, interests, hobbies, skills, and belief. Using clustering to list the first topic that comes to mind will help us to formulate and draft a good speech. We can say that brainstorming the idea is vital for a speaker before the speaker selecting the topic and purpose for their speech.
Based on the sources literature review, determining general purpose is the purpose of a broad speech. We need to determine the general purpose of our speech along with choosing a subject. According to Gary's 2006, it usually falls into several overlapping classifications. However, the general purpose must be to determine exactly what we expect to achieve in our speech. While Dr. Ahmad Abdul Malik agrees that determining the general purpose such as an important early step in speech preparation before starting public speaking. Dr. Malik said that it is important because determining general purpose in speech preparation indicates precisely what our speech seeks to achieve. It also helps to keep the audience at the center of our attention as we prepare our speech. From this comparison, our perception is the understanding of Dr. Malik is related with the source of the literature review because determining general purpose is the most important things before starting any types of speech, considering it will affect our audience. In addition, we think that presenting of clear and interesting speech will evoke a sense of desire in the listener to hear what the speaker is saying. In other words, it has a profound effect on the listener on a topic presented by the speaker.
As a conclusion from our research, we have studied that it is important to select the topic before we give a speech to everyone because we can be fully ready to give an explanation to them about what we're talking. Having a good skill also become the most important that the presenter must have it such as skills to speak in front of audience and know how to persuade the audience. These skills are important to make sure that the audience are not worried when they listen to our speech. Furthermore, the study show that the selecting topic and purpose plays an important role as an intermediate medium in communicating information and giving speech to the public. Public speaking is defined as the birth of meaningful language, verbal and non-verbal. Communication skills are not something that acquired naturally, but everyone should strive to develop themselves in the field of public speaking. But before we have to give a speech, the first thing that we should to do is we have to select the topic and the purpose before we present to the audience. The importance of the title to be conveyed to the audience is to give the information and to create awareness audience about what we convey. We also need to choose a topic that we know a lot about or a topic that we want to know more about. Brainstorming, determining general purpose and determining the specific purpose.